everyone, I'm Abby, dietitian at Windom Area Health, and this week on Be Well Bites, we're gonna make energy bites to give you some extra energy to power through your day. This one is a very simple recipe, only 5 ingredients. So let's get started. So I have my honey and peanut butter. I'm gonna mix those first as they're the liquid-based ingredients. So about a half a cup of peanut butter. Of course, it depends on how big of a batch. There's so many different recipes out there with different energy bite combinations. So I got a half cup of peanut butter and about a third of a cup of honey that I can mix together. And then just a little bit of vanilla, about a half a teaspoon or so. I'm a sucker for vanilla. I like to include it in a lot of recipes, and sometimes I go a little overboard. So mix those 3 together as they're kind of like your liquid ingredients, and it'll make it easier later once you add your dry ingredients. And just mix them till they're combined. Again, this is another one that's really easy. Kids love this hands-on. You might get a little bit messy, but hey, that's part of being in the kitchen. All right, so I got my mixed up peanut butter, honey, and vanilla, and I'm gonna add my oats. So these are just your old-fashioned oats. You could always use instant oats too. This is a great grain to add to your diet. It's a whole grain and has some really good fiber in it for you. Add a little bit more. I have about 2 cups here. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get the consistency right. You don't want them to be too liquidy, but you don't want them to be too dry either. Again, this would be a good one to do with your kids. It's easy to mix all of them up. And a lot of people have these ingredients on hand, only five simple ingredients. Okay, and then last, of course, we got some chocolate chips. It's about a third of a cup of chocolate chips we're gonna add to this. Add some and mix it up and see how my consistency is. There's so many different variations that you could make of these energy bites. This one is just nice and simple, but you could always add some ground flaxseed, some chia seed for some extra nutrition and fiber. You could always add raisins, cranberries, almonds, pecans, walnuts. Instead of using peanut butter, you could use almond butter. There's all kinds of different things that you could put in it. I know I really like chia seeds in mine and flaxseed because it adds some really good extra fiber and healthy fats. Okay, so I have my consistency about what I want it to be. So one tip is you can always put it in the fridge. It'll help the balls form a little bit better. If you put them in the fridge for about a half hour and then come back and form them, you could always use a cookie scoop to make sure that they're all the same portions. And you can store them in the fridge. It makes them hold together better. You can always put them in the freezer too if you would like to help if you were making up a big batch to have some on hand. All right, so I had my energy bites hanging out in the fridge for about 30 minutes. Now I'm gonna try to form them. So it just makes it a little bit easy to work with if you put them in the fridge for a little bit. Get them about this consistency that you want them to be. So I don't know, probably a tablespoon or 2 if you're looking for a good serving size for one of the energy balls. And there you have it. Like I said, you can store them in the fridge or you can put them in the freezer if you're making a double batch. Super easy and hands-on to make. Good healthy fats, some really good fiber, and some good fuel to get you through the day. Thank you for joining in this week's Be Well Bites.